Cold forming is a process that is often performed by the mechanical processing of round wire rod. Common language, we often talk about nuts and bolts in order to identify the kind of products that are usually manufactured using this technique. In the cold forming process, threads or diagonal holes cannot normally be formed. However, these do occur for the most part within the process. Ramo Group has been working with the cold forming of standard and special items from Asia for more than a decade. Our experience concerning quality and stability is world-class. Cold forming begins by rolling and drawing out thread to the right diameter. This particular technique saves a considerable amount of machinery and material costs. Ramo Group's factories in Taiwan and Southeast Asia have long experience of this manufacturing process. The wire is directed into the cold forming machine through its own straightening mill. We perform cold forming with wire diameters up to approximately 25 millimeters or 1 inch. When the wire arrives at the first station, the material is cut off at the right length in order to be able to form the final pieces. After cutting the wire in the machine, the material is moved one step and the next stage of the process begins. Usually this takes 4 to 5 stages, but in some cases it can also be done in more than 6. A little secret in the production process is how you adapt your own tools to be able to achieve as few steps in the process as possible with the same high quality. Once the piece has been formed in the cold forming machine, the pieces are collected into drums. The next stage in a normal process is the roll threading and then the tempering and surface treatment to achieve the desired hardness and stress limit. For material preferences such as stainless steel, the raw material must be tempered in order to form the piece in the machine. The principle is the same as for normal cold forming, apart from the use of induction heaters and a straightening mill. Finished pieces are extruded via the chute and are several hundred degrees centigrade. Each stroke of the machine is a finished product. For larger production lines of cold forming, set or pair machines are often referred to. This is when machines are placed together and synchronized so that everything is completely finished at each machine. At our factories, we have more than 100 of such machine pairs. We have control from our own wire drawing mill to cutting, manufacturing, forming, threading, tempering, and finally the most usual surface treatment requirements. Ramo Group produce in Asia under 2 registered brand names. One for Japan and one for America and Europe. In this way we can ascertain that our products do not end up with traders who then dispatch them on. In these sequences we see normal traditional bolts that have been formed in the machine being transported on a conveyor belt to the roll threading machine. And out come the finished fasteners. The cold forming of nuts does not differ very much from the screw. The piece is formed mechanically in different stages to its final predetermined appearance. Even here, the tempo can be up to 6 different stages before the final piece is completed. Both the insides and outsides are made on their sides. Usually these are roll threaded. Furniture fittings and wood metal plate screws of different types are cold formed in the same way. Machines are significantly smaller and work at a much higher speed. Otherwise, the process is the same. The thread is formed after the cold forming process and the tempering and surface treatment is performed depending on the type of environment the screw is to be used. When it concerns cold forming and the forming of material, ask Ramo Group first.